sama kuin viimeksi.
Särkänniemi.
Here we go again. This time we're going a little bit further. We're gonna take a train. It's this same tram as always, and then we get off at the railway station. At least I hope we're going to the railway station. It's still open because of the construction. I'm not sure. Or do they have some other routes?
No, I think this goes through the same route.
Yeah, I think it's only buses that have changed. I haven't seen any new tracks at least, so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take a train.
Pyynikintori.
Maybe I'm not gonna tell you yet. I will show you later. You have to watch to see where we're going. Today is June 6th, AM 25. In Tampere, Finland, but soon somewhere else. We will be traveling 3 hours and 21 minutes by train. Checking our schedule or something. I'm trying to find out train tickets. There's a few options. Which one are we going to take? We have plenty of time. Actually, the train is a little bit late. Let's go outside to wait for the train. It's just a nice day. It's nicer to be outside than inside. Oh, there's some campentoja. Oh, that would be nice. Sut tähän
Se on 4. päivä. Niin, sehän tarjoaa kato sitä päivää.
Niin, tietysti sitä päivää. Se on sun, meidän tulee tänne päähän. Johan nyt sattuu. We just met my cousin. She's the one we visited last weekend in Pori. It was her son that had a graduation. And we hadn't seen for years when we were abroad. And now suddenly she's here at the train station, and she was traveling to Japan to see her. 6 and my place is 99. Let's see. This one. This is the normal seat. So we have the power sockets here. Then we have a tray table. It's just like in planes. Oh, I cannot open it. This one, needs some grease. Tuossa on niin kuin 42 vaununen tuossa vieressä, kun pitäisi kuvata, että taas hyvältä näyttää. Tämähän meni hauskasti. Okay, I was gonna show you the railway station, but there was a quite a longish train on the tracks. But okay, so this is part of the Tampere station, and now we'll be here a bit more than 1 hour, and then we will change the train. This part to Helsinki I have filmed before. I think I will save my battery for the rest of the journey. Not to film here everything, so because it's more important that you will see the new places after Tikkurila when we change the train. I will tell you then.
Joo, sitten mä aktivoin liikennäkin asuksessa. Terve.
Oikeastaan se sama asfalt tuo ABC kokonaan, koska kertalippu maksaa, jos minä maksaa yhdellä lapsella yhä yksin, niin 60 roikku. Ja sitten rampitoitu mennä, kun tulla pois. Sehän on 12, 13, 20. Ja jos se oli 4 euroa, niin se ero on siellä 30. Niin. Mistä voi ottaa tätä kohdattua, niin pieni mitään saattaa leipää, koska leipää.
This kind of footrest, but I don't use it, so I don't put it down. Okay, let's see a little bit the rear up. For example, that was you can order food on your place. You can go to restaurant car, but then you can also order some food here, and you don't have to go anywhere. You just take your table down. Tilaa herkkuja. It's only in Finnish for some reason, I don't know why. But then you go to the front page, and if you have at least 30 minutes of your travel time left, then you can see the food there. Unfortunately, I cannot show you because we didn't buy our tickets from the app, because we are in a blogger's trip that gave us our tickets for free, and we got them from an email. This is Southern Finland in June. Red, green.
Aika vähän akkua mulla.
Oletko se latauksessa?
Eli tämmönen pitäis näitä nyt ottaa.
ABC. Ei vieläkään.
Täällä on sitä vielä.
Jos haluaa katikalla, niin alkaa maalata.
Niin, se jos sitten ne voi. Eikö vielä?
Ei mulla tietenkään ylläs. Mikä?
Joku valmistelu voi olla heti päivittää 24 kuukautta ostamisesta. Valitsit ajankohdan, kun sitten... Ai, lähdin sen valittamaan. No niin. Oota, minä voin nämä tulee jotakin muutakin säitä.
So we only have the photocopies of our tickets in our phones, but I recommend you to download the ticket at the VR.fi, the app where you can buy your tickets and also order some food and change the schedules and check the routes and schedules, anything. And VR might sound funny name, but it means Valtion rautatiet. Basically means the state railways, and Finnish railways are still not privatized, so we only have VR. Any tickets you buy for the long distance trains, they are all operated by VR. So there's one official app where you buy the tickets. Nowhere else. So if you see some other website, they are not real ones. So you always use VR app.fi. And of course you can buy them from the railway station, but there's normally not a ticket office anymore. It's just an automat. You can buy it with, of course, paying with phone or credit cards or debit cards, of course. And then we head to the Tikkurila, that is the same train station that we would use when we go into the airport, but this time we are not flying anywhere, we continue with another train. It's Friday, about 1 o'clock something, and we are taking the next train, and our journey will be 3 hours and 21 minutes in total. Coming back home in Sunday, so we make 2 cities in over the weekend. Today one city and tomorrow another one, and Sunday we will return back to Tampere. I don't know if there's any point of saying that I'm not gonna tell you yet where we're going, because I'm probably gonna write it on a thumbnail. Cargo train.
Sullakin on siellä puhelimessa vähän ryhmässä se screenshotti, kato ihminen siellä.
Some restaurant car, I don't think we're gonna use that now, but I didn't check if we have one in the next train. We could buy something, but when we get there, where we're going, we will have some coffee and maybe some cake or sandwich or something like that before dinner. There will be 20 Finnish travel bloggers, blogger couples like us, carried together, and we have some interesting program. I will make a separate video about the places we're going and also some blog posts. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do those in English or maybe only in Finnish, but at least I make the videos in English. So. But I make the train trips separate and the places also. Maybe today's video in one and tomorrow's. No, we'll see how it ends up. Depends what we can do. And if the weather is nice, they said it's forecast is saying that it will be raining, but I hope not. There will be like some water activities and some historical places. And of course we will go to Finnish sauna. This will be a very special sauna. Forests and fields almost all the way. On this route, I don't know about the next one because I'm not sure if I have. Oh yeah, I have taken a train before to that place, but it's haven't been there for maybe 15 years or so. So it's quite nice to return to some places in Finland. I have visited like almost every county in Finland, but now that we've been abroad so long time, I haven't visited many places for at least 10 years. So. I love aviation, but I actually think train travel is the most interesting way to travel. So you get to see the landscapes and just watching the tracks. It's relaxing. This route for me is quite boring though. I used to travel this between Tampere and Helsinki like 3 times a week for nearly a decade. So I've seen this all. But maybe you haven't, so I will film a little bit of it. I did in January. If you want to watch, you can see the different views. No. Landscape is totally different in the summertime. Let's just put it on pause for a while. Get back to you in a bit. As I said, it's only fields and forest, and then I see the lake, and I was supposed to film that, but there was another train coming. What do you see in the lakes in my other videos? Plenty of them. So what's the greenery for? Oh, but we have actually. Welcome to Hämeenlinna. I will need to. There it is. The castle. No, we cannot see the castle. I would like to show the castle. There you will see them. Parvis. And someone's photo or something. On the table. There it was. Okay, there you saw a castle. And just Kauriala, I think. And at least the city is Hämeenlinna. Häme Castle is the name. Same name than the castle actually. And the trains are not stopping anymore. Of course the regional ones are, but not Pendolinos or Intercity trains mostly. So if you're going to Hämeenlinna, just check that the train is stopping. Because quite many of them are leaving from Tampere. The first stop is Tikkurila. This is only 20 minutes before Helsinki. And that is where you are transiting to airport. I like the clouds there. It's like I've always cloud spotting on planes, but cloud spotting on the train too. At least in the... Have you ever noticed how different the clouds are in different countries? Finnish clouds are always like that. And they look so different than in other places. Well, of course in the Nordic countries of them, but they are very typical Finnish clouds. Those. I like them. What do you think? Where is your favorite sky in the world? Like half an hour, 25 minutes I think. Left and... And then we have like 17 minutes in Tikkurila, waiting for the next train. Should I already tell you where we're going? No, I want you have to watch it until Tikkurila to see. Like I said, if you read the thumbnail, it's probably gonna be there. Because I don't know how to write a thumbnail without telling where we're going. Or maybe I will. Let's see. There's a lot of train traffic today. So this trip was sponsored by VR. They gave us the return tickets for all the 20 travel bloggers coming on this trip. Well, actually, there are a couple of guys who are coming by their own car, but basically they will follow us. I guess that was a nice thing to do. So I promised to show some material from the train, introduce some services on the train. They have like an extra class where you can have like a silent space for working space and stuff like that, but we have a regular one now, but we are in the second floor. There's a little bit better views up here. But in the next train we actually have in below. There should be 6 other people coming from Tampere with the same train, but we haven't seen them, so I don't know. They probably gave them different cars. Okay, now we are at Riihimäki, Riksu as we call it in Finland. When we come back, we actually changed the train here, but it's in Sunday after 2 days. Riihimäki is old station. It's like crossroads, chasing trains and going to different parts of Finland. So today we take 2 trains, but when we come back we take 3 trains, so we have 2 chances on the way. But the reason we did that is actually the other one is 5 minutes faster than taking these 2 trains, because the other track is the railroad is a little bit shorter, but it's easier to have less chances in case if some of the trains would be late, would miss them continuing. But I wanted to make separate routes so I can film different views for you. Quite a few tracks. See those cars there? And the train goes there, okay. And then for carrying wood. And the Finland is big in forest industry. Still is somehow, but it used to be the world's biggest with Canada back in the 80s. But not so much anymore. But still quite a reasonable amount of wood carried on trucks and making paper. And the place where we're going now is famous for its paper mills and factories, and also the city where we're going tomorrow is famous for there used to be the logs where transferred via water and not so much on the tracks. And the place where we're going there is famous for the guys that were like traveling on top of the logs. It's hard to explain if you don't know about it. I will tell you more tomorrow when we are there at the place. Might be somebody actually introducing that thing. I'm not sure if they have some kind of show on that. I don't know actually if there's any people left who have the skill of like walking on those logs when they are going through a river. Isma, do you remember? Onko tukinoitalle joku erityinen ammattisana englanniksi?
En muista ulkoa.
En mä tiedä. I asked Isma for the profession that what it's called, but he didn't remember either. Well, we'll find out. Because I was thinking maybe we will see that.
Yes, yeah.
We didn't order any food, but actually we couldn't because we don't have the app in our use. But and we will have the coffee when we get there, and then we have the dinner. So I'm not sure if we should. I actually found just a piece of chocolate in my purse. I don't know why. I probably got it from some restaurant like half a year ago or something, and then I forgot. There. We are almost in Tikkurila. Should be in Tikkurila exactly now, but I think we are a few minutes late. Kerpa.
Kiitos, mistä ne muista?
Kerava, Kerava in Finnish, Kerava in Swedish. We took Intercity number. Intercity 506. Okay, I think we're gonna have the Intercity number 5, but I'm not sure. I already forgot. We checked when we left, but okay, so it was the train Intercity number 5, and then we're going to car number 6. That's why I forgot. And it looks like we are not sitting next to us because we had a places like 56 and 63 or something.
59 and 63.
59 and 63.
Window places.
Yeah. So I hope we could have the seats like in opposite of each other. They're more like spacious and then they have a better window because I was supposed to put a tripod here, but there's no window next to the table. So I'm having the handheld camera. So I hope we can just like show you to the other side and close the window. Oh, okay, see there's someone's getting off. So.
Seuraavana Tikkurila.
Okay.
Nesta
Tikkurila or Tikkurs.
Next stop Tikkurila.
That's where we're going.
Lähijunan lentoasema lähtevät raiteelta 5 ja lähijunan Helsinkiin lähtevät raiteelta 6. Närtåget till flygplatsen avgår från spår 5. Närtåget till Helsingfors avgår från spår 6. Commuter trains to airport leave from track 5 and commuter trains to Helsinki leave from track 6.
Want to talk on the phone anyway, there's a small booth for let's go out. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, we have to check which truck we got. Okay, it's one of those. Let's go to get our truck and then you'll see where we're going. Or actually you cannot see where we're going because the train is going to different. The train is going the different way, to different city. Of course the same way, but then the train continues maybe 1 to 2 hours after we get off, but let's take this one. And we get down. Everybody is standing, nobody is walking. I usually do, but when I'm filming it, but I'm doing this. see. If you watch carefully the track number 3, you will know where it's going. 3 will be here in 6 minutes. Can you read? That's it. Joensuu, which means that we are going eastern bound, but we are not going to Joensuu. Just a few more hours to wait. I was trying to see if we can see any familiar faces of our other travelers, but I cannot recognize anyone. Nope. Right on. Itse asiassa ton pään ovi olisi ollut meidän, mutta muistatko sä numero?
59.
Tää ei aukee tää ovi.